Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 17, and welcome back to the Western Shore. God, I love this map. I really do. It's so good, and it just keeps getting better, and we've barely scratched the surface. We've explored we've explored the entire map, but as far as farming it, 10% maybe? 15%? It's unbelievable. And with the Sky Swap mod, look at this. Look at it. It's beautiful. Fantastic. Have a little motion sickness, why don't you? Right, so what is going on? It is the third day of summer, and some things have happened since our last episode. Last episode was late in the evening, well, mid-evening, on the last day of spring, the 6th day of spring. You remember we were hustling up to get fertilizer on our grass while it was still purple, harvested. On the following day, the first day of summer, it did turn light gold. Right? And I went out and got another layer of fert on it, and that made 3. And then the day after that, the day after that, the third day of summer, so the middle part, because everything's broken down into 3s and seasons, the grass turned orange. As far as I know, in seasons, when it goes from medium orange, which it is now, to dark orange on the right-hand side, the darkest orange that it can be, there's no additional yield. So we have triple fertilized grass now, and it is in second harvest stage. I believe it is at maximum volume right now. It's only in the middle of summer. Could we get 3 cuts? Could we? I don't know. I don't know if we could or not. You can see also our wheat is ready to be harvested. We're going to do that today, but we have a bunch of other things to think about. We're making cows now. We have 27, I want to say. Moment, please. We have 28, and we'll have another one before tomorrow morning. And this is, now as far as I know, cows make calves in the spring, right? But in 19 you can have calves. You can have cows of different weights, various weights, livestock of various weights. So you do have calves. In 17, as far as I know, you just have adult cows. So perhaps what Realismus was doing when they set it up that way is that you have a calf in the spring, but it doesn't really show up in your tally, but then it becomes part of the count when it's more mature, maybe? I don't know. Seasons has always struck me as a really well thought out mod, so that could be. Our silage is ready, right? Now we can use this for cow food, right, to make TMR, and of course we have our bales right in here. We have plenty of food for even 28, 32, however many cows we end up with at the end of this year. We have plenty of food. We have another pit over here. Oh, we'll get to the harvesting. I didn't forget about you. We'll get to the harvesting, but over here now, we have another pit. But I'm not entirely confident in my ability to get a forage wagon, a loading wagon, backed into it, right? Now what we could do, I suppose, is pull in, right? And over here, right? Pull over right here, and then we could back it in, perhaps. But we have 6 fields, and we got about 40 bales at 4,000 liters apiece. Plus 150 to the compost master, plus 150 to the other clamp. So let's say we got 700,000 liters of grass, right? These 2 clamps here on the farm hold 250 apiece. So we'll fill both of them, is what I'm saying. Should we make bales? I don't know. But we have 3 things that we need to do. One thing is we need to harvest our wheat. Second thing is we need to mow our grass. And then I'd like to rent a baler and if we make bales, I would like to make our grass bales. I'm looking through the window, by the way, if you wondered why I stopped moving. I was looking through the window at the grass. We'll make grass bales and straw bales on the same rental, so we don't have to rent the baler twice. Does that make sense? And then the other thing we have to do is decide what to do with the silage that we have in the clamp right now. Reason is, if we're not going to make bales, we need a place to put all the silage that we harvest, right? And if one of our clamps is occupied, Did any of that make any sense? I think it did. I think it made perfect sense in my mind, but I don't know if it did to you. I think we're in agreement. Let's see if these gates swing in or out. They swing in. Perfect. This is the 1660. It's base game, but this is the old 1660. It's got a slightly different finish on it. And we are running the Ludmilla sound pack. I'm going to zoom in here. Go ahead and turn the volume up. I'm going to stop talking. Here we go. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So we will back this up. I have given this a lot of thought off camera. I think it does not make sense to try to take this up the fall line. I think it makes sense to start along the bottom, I don't know, border, perimeter of the field. So to our left. I think that makes the most sense. And I think we're going to be doing a lot of side hill in this field. And I think we may even be backing up for entire lengths. I don't know if that's done in real life, but it's going to be done today. I think that makes the most sense. Right. Do we need to unfold our header? I don't think we do. Nope, we sure don't. Okay. So we'll select this. And this gets really loud. So I'll make some tweaks when I edit because this gets really loud. I'm going to stop talking again. Check this sound out. Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. I love it. This is the Ludmilla sound pack. It is, I got mine from Mod Hoster. I'm not sure where else that mod is available, but I got mine from Mod Hoster, and it only works in the old 1660. But God, what a sound! And I'm told that was recorded from an actual 1660, and the sample is taken from YouTube. Something, I don't know, but it's a glorious sound. It really is. I love it. Right, so we'll get around here, and I think when we get to the end of this row, it will start to make sense. Like why I'm starting down here, because I can't imagine with more realistic and gearbox carefully with gearbox and more realistic, I can't imagine that we would be able to make it up this field, particularly straight up the fall line. And because this field sort of wraps around, it's like there are two fall lines. There's one just inside the gate, and then there's another one up here ahead of us, and it would be to our right. So up that way. I don't think we can make it up there. I don't know if we would even want to try. So it's possible, if we can't get turned around up here in sort of a timely manner, that we might just back up this row and then come in and make another row next to it, just to give ourselves some room. To open up the field, as the farmers say. I'm told they actually do say that. Right. I think, so let's do this. We'll lift this, and I think we might be able to take a couple swings here and sort of chop at it, so to speak, and make ourselves a little bit of room. Now, here's a question for you. Here's a question for real farmers. How tight a turn can you make in a combine harvester? I mean, I know like turn radius, you can make a certain turn, right? But as far as how tight you would want to make a turn with the header down, I heard a YouTuber say that it can't be too tight because you'll end up with two very different amounts of crop going in on the different ends of your header. One side will be moving through a lot of crop because it's moving faster, and the other side will be getting a lot less, and it can throw things out of balance. There are also splitters or openers on the ends of the header, and those they're meant to enter the crop perpendicular, parallel, I don't know, 90-degree angle, 0-degree angle, you know what I mean. And if you get them at too radical an angle to the crop, because crop does have mass to it and weight, it can bend them and in some cases break them off. So you can't sort of whip those through the crop sideways by making a tight turn like that. So I don't know if the turn that we made at the end of that row was too tight, but realism. Try to keep it realistic. Try to keep it feelistic. All right. So yeah, those are our goals, and that's probably going to be what we do the next 3 episodes. We're going to harvest, we're going to mow, and we're going to figure out what to do with the silage that we have in the bunker. It's tough to start a video, it really is. I have all these ideas in my head, and then as soon as I hit record, I'm like, what should I say? So I think that all made sense. Yeah, we have to figure out what to do with our grass, whether we bale it, take it directly to the BGA, which is going to be a task because we have so many trips, and it's kind of far to get to the BGA. If we decide to go that route, that's going to require some effort. That could require, all right, I'll ask you because you've been great with the comments. Is it worth turning off traffic and making that many trips down to the BGA? That's because that's what we'd have to do. We would have to turn off traffic if we were running course play for those sorts of trips. Let's do this. I'm not going to try to go all the way up to the top of the field, but let's again, we're making kind of a tight turn here. Would this be allowed? And I think, yep. I mean, should we keep pushing? We seem to be making progress here. Should we continue on? I mean, why not, right? I think at some point we may run out of momentum, but perhaps not. Oh, I just noticed down in the bottom right-hand corner, we're not even running more realistic. Well, that would explain why things are going so smoothly. All right, so we will then definitely, at the very least, we'll go up to the top corner of this field and turn around and go back. I don't want to end up with a full tank and the pipe on the wrong side. So let's just go up here to the top corner. We'll cut in a little bit to the, what would that be? To the west. We'll cut in a little bit to the west. We'll get turned around again as we did in the other corner. We'll head back down, then we'll empty this thing. Yeah, like that turn right there. Is that too tight a turn to make in a combine harvester with the header down? Let me know. All right, so we'll go right up here, right about like so. Lift that, back this up. It's a little tight. I don't want to go too far into the hedge. About like so. All right, right about there. Oh, right about there. And then if we go back here, right about there, I think that could be it. Beautiful. That just about worked out. All right. More realistic. You know what? I didn't even think to check. I downloaded the mod. I got the sound installed. Save game. And I didn't even think to check if this was running more realistic. Well, that certainly explains our success. All right. Trying to think what I could have done differently. I will look in the more realistic repository to see if there is an XML for this. But then the sound pack that I brought in also has its own XML. So what I'll need to do is combine the two. Yeah, merge the two so that we have both the sound and more realistic. However, I don't know if we're ever going to use this again. You know what I mean? Because we leased it, so we're not, I don't want to say we're not stuck with it, but you know what I mean. We don't own it. So it could be that we use a different, very fast, could be that we use a different combine harvester next time we harvest. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. We always do. And we still got some room in there, but you know what? We don't have that much room. So let's do this. Let's come down to the end of this row. Right there. We'll lift this. Let's pull this around here. Right about like so. About like so. We'll set the brake. We'll put the pipe out. We can turn that off. But we'll leave that running. Okay. And let us go get our... Now we are going to use the JCB because that's the tractor you would use for carting, is it not? Yeah, that's the way it was explained to me. So we will hook up the JCB because I imagine we will just take this directly to a sell point. We're on 14,000 pounds. We're making it. I mean, we're keeping the lights turned on, and milk sales are definitely helping, but we're not rich. So I think we're just going to sell this carefully. Yeah, we're going to sell most of it. We're going to our last trailer load. We are going to dump in the cows because for some reason, and I don't know if this is part of the map or part of seasons or something, an update that went into FS17 toward the very end after I'd stopped playing it perhaps. But for some reason, cows eat wheat now. I don't know where that's coming from, whether it's base game, seasons, or the map. Right, so we'll open the cover on this thing. And time, 17 minutes. What do you want to do? You just want to do a couple more lengths? Yeah, let's do a couple more lengths. I mean, it's sort of, this is going to sound really weird to say, but I'm almost disappointed because I'm so used to struggling everywhere we go. It was, my first thought was, wow, whoever wrote the more realistic for this really did a good job because it feels nice and heavy, but we're not fighting it. All right, so check our clearance here. I think we're going to go just under that little rubber boot. Oh, beautiful. And then right there. So we'll set the brake right there, and we can actually turn that off. Come back around here very carefully. And we want manual pipe unloading off. So what do we look for here? What about here? Move the pipe over a trailer. Sir, I've done that. This is curious. Curious. Why are we not getting a... Yeah, we're not hitting a trigger. Somehow, some way, we're not hitting a trigger. Could it be the slope? What if we do this? And that's all it takes. Okay. Hit the button. That's all you got to do. Okay, so we'll unload this, and yeah, I mean, I can do a couple more lengths, but there's really no tension. There's no uncertainty. We'll just do a couple lengths, and there'll be no problem. You know what? Let's do one full lap and see what that puts in our tank. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we'll back this up before we put our pipe in, like so, and then right down here, carefully. All right, here we go. Here's that fantastic sound again. Now, I looked for, but I didn't find a manual header drop mod. A manual header drop mod. Did I say that right? Yeah. For 17. I know there's one for 19. I didn't find one for 17. So in 17, when you turn your combine harvester on, when you power it up, I guess, not start the engine, but when you put it into work mode, it automatically drops the header. And I haven't found a way to deactivate that. Now, it could be that it's a very simple fix and I just missed it. But the fact that there's a mod for 19 tells me that is not in base game, and you do have to install a mod if you want that to happen. But yeah, we're actually doing pretty good on this field. It's 8:40 in the morning. There's no rain scheduled for today. Right? I think I can show you that. Right there. No rain scheduled for today, or really for the rest of summer. So we should be able to leave this straw in the field at least for the rest of the day. And because we're going to be on 1x time, right, I'll be able to get the mowing done and then bring one baler up to do everything. And that, in theory, that should work out. So we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, we'll mow next episode. And then, God, I don't know what to do with the grass. That's the thing. We could do next episode. We empty out the clamp behind the dairy, right? And take that down to the BGA and sell it. We'd make some money. We'd get some digestate. Are my lights on? They certainly are. That's uncalled for. So we could empty that out, and that would give us room for 500,000 liters of grass. Yeah, you want to do that? Okay. There's a plan. So we'll begin mowing, and we'll move everything that we can. Well, before we begin mowing, we'll empty out that clamp. Then we'll start mowing, and we'll put everything that we can into the 2 pits on the farm. And anything that's left over, we'll bale. You want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. Yep. I think that's I mean, if you can think of a better solution, please do let me know. But I think that makes the most sense because we can use it. We can either sell it, right? The silage that we get after it ferments, we can either sell it or we can use it to feed animals. Okay. That's what we'll do. So where are we at? 22 minutes. Yeah, I think this is this is without more realistic. This is just gearbox going up a steep hill. But we will. Yeah, come on now. Next episode, we will empty out that clamp, take it down to the BGA. Okay, it's all coming together. And I was sort of wondering out loud last episode what we should do as far as acquiring other farms. And the comment that I got was, you should buy the farm just to the west, right? The other farm on Bramble Lane, which is a pig farm. I've never had luck with pigs. I've never made money with pigs in 15, 17, or 19. They make a lot of poop, but with the compost master, we don't necessarily need a lot of poop. So a bit on the fence about whether or not we want to do pigs, but that's, I put it up to vote. One person voted. All right, if one person voted for buy the pig farm, that's 100% of the votes. So it could be that that's what we'll do. We'll just buy that pig farm, and I mean, maybe this is the first time lucky, and we do make money with pigs. Could happen. And what was the other thing? Oh, we still have corn at Blockwell Farm. It's Blockwell. I've been calling it Blackwell Farm, but it's actually Blockwell Farm. And we do have corn down there, so we won't have to plant or buy any corn, which is nice. Save us a little bit of money. And this field right across the way here, it's at about 12 o'clock right now. The field that is next to field 5-8, it's possible that we will buy that field and plant it with canola, because we don't have to buy the pig farm. Remember, we can just start using it. In 17, you have access to, essentially you own all the farms. So we don't have to buy anything. We could start working pigs with just what we have right now. But they'll need potatoes too. This is why I don't like pigs. I feel like you spend so much money doing the things you need to do to make food for your pigs that you can't make any money with pigs. All right, so we'll think about this. But yeah, as I said, I asked and only one person said, hey, do this. So as far as I'm concerned, that's what we'll go with. That is the consensus. But we've got time to decide. We've got at least next episode and then the one after that and possibly the one after that. So we'll figure it out. And where are we at on time? 26 minutes. This will be perfect. We'll empty this out and that will hopefully take us to about 30 minutes. And yeah, that's this worked out better than I thought. But in fairness, we didn't have more realistic running, and that made a huge difference. Probably it did. I'll turn that off. Let's put this out now, just so we know what we're working with. Carefully. Oh. He drives that thing like a two-door Honda. Just look at him. All right, and now, let's see, we want tongue weight before we want tail weight. So let's go up here and fill the front of this thing. And yeah, you know what? Hang on. Let's do this. Turn that off. And hop right out here. And let's call it, yeah. Perfect. Beautiful. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 17. This is the Western Shore. We'll see you next time. Take care now.